In all our travels, we've never seen anything quite like this.
We're just trying to find the snake charm with the cobra.
We're in Morocco, Africa.
Holy smokes, they had like full AK-47s, John. We've just escaped from the square. We just had the most craziest experience.
So let's rewind to the beginning. We're in Morocco in the top corner of Africa for the next 7 days. And this is our planned route with Fez, the Sahara Desert and Marrakech top of our list. Today we're catching a train to Marrakech. And a little later in the episode, we're hiring a car and we're driving ourselves out into the Sahara Desert with the Atlas Mountains and famous movie sets en route.
This is where like the Gladiator, Game of Thrones was filmed.
But first, I have to fill you in on Marrakech, our first stop. It's surrounded by this huge historic wall, but we're going inside, in there, to check out its labyrinth markets, its opulent palaces, and we're going to try not to get lost. There are no cars in here, just donkeys and carts, and the markets go on and on. So join us as we explore the streets of Marrakech. We'll show you the scams,
I had 20 in my hand.
the sights, and our favourite things to do within these red walls made from clay and chalk that give it its name, the Red City.
John's got the bags. How are you? It's kind of day one. We are catching the train to Marrakech. We've made it with just 6 minutes to spare.
Kristina would say that's 6 minutes too early.
If you've just joined us, this is our 47th country together. So John's an airline pilot, so we get access to massively discounted fares. And for the past 2 years, we've been traveling and sailing the world as much as we can when he's not working. And we've been documenting our ventures here on YouTube. In our last episode, we flew into Morocco and landed in Casablanca. And we've spent the last 24 hours here exploring the city and adjusting to the culture. It's a developing country that's intrigued us for years as it's so close to Europe. It's literally located directly across the Strait of Gibraltar from Spain. Today we're catching a train though to Marrakech. It's Morocco's most visited city and we've scored first class train tickets for a steal. So we thought.
So currently on a train. It is a 3-hour train ride. It's $30 each.
I'm currently walking to the bathroom. It is so noisy in here.
We're in first class. Oh my gosh. There's no running water out of the bathroom sink. Super basic bathroom.
This was our cabin. It seated 6 people and the whole carriage was just about full.
So I'm embarrassed to talk. Damn, it is hot. There's no aircon.
Oh my God, let me see your cheeks.
It's so bad.
One thing we did have on board though was the internet. We purchased an eSIM on our phones before jumping on board so we could book tonight's accommodation. On the way, we locked in our schedule, found an Airbnb and we soaked in the scenery as we got closer to Marrakech.
But look at this view.
John and I are travelling around Morocco for the next week.
Wow.
And in a few days, we're actually going to be out there in the Sahara Desert.
And this is the first time that we're seeing desert out the window.
Before the red desert transformed into red buildings.
We've arrived in Marrakech.
It's very tropical, isn't it? Look at all the palm trees.
We've heard pickpocketing is pretty common here, especially in crowded areas.
Alright, the bag is officially going on the front now. Look. I'm so glad to be out of the heat though, it was hot in there.
So paid for first class with the aircon wasn't working. It already looks much nicer than
Casablanca?
yeah.
First impressions, well, it's modern, and security is beefed up with police presence.
Oh, whoa. That's so crazy. Oh my gosh, holy smokes. They had like full AK-47s, John. What? This is so sick. Look at this.
I find it so weird, like you're in this totally different country, totally different culture, but there's always a KFC and a McDonald's, and it's so jarring, don't you think?
Yeah.
We chose an Airbnb in the district of Guliz because it's in between the train station and the main Medina. So that's the walled historic district with narrow streets and where all the action is. Now the action actually started almost 1,000 years ago here, when Marrakech was once an imperial city, the centre of an empire. This morning we are on our way to Marrakech's Medina. It's arguably the most famous in whole of Morocco. and it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a maze-like district with souks galore. So this is the plan. First, we're going to walk through all the souks. We'll then accidentally run into the incredible 1112 tea house.
Thank you.
And then we'll head to the famous square. So this is where we're going to have our wits about us, because this is where the cobras and the street performers are.
Oh my gosh, you can see him. Oh wow.
I see the camera on the floor.
But first, we need to walk through the city walls, and as we enter, it instantly becomes a photographer's paradise. John's capturing everyday life on the street through his lens, and I'm using my eSIM data online looking up the average salary here. The minimum wage is roughly $2 US an hour, and those working in the public sector make around $350 US a month. These guys, they man the royal palace.
Big scary guys.
Oh my gosh.
Next thing was to ask them if we can hold their gun.
We just went past. John said, go and ask him for a photo. I was like, oh really? And they said yes. Anyway, they wanted us to send a photo of them to them, which is so lovely.
Yeah, I'll have to send it off straight away.
How beautiful is that?
Yeah, very cool. It's rare, a lot of military people don't want to be filmed, so
Oh, that's so
To show our appreciation, we sent the photos to our phone and then we messaged them to the officers straight away. Which brings me to the sponsor of this episode, Saily, an eSIM provider that lets us have data in over 180 countries and regions. So if you're a traveller like me, you know how important it is to have a working phone to stay safe.
I'm so glad we have a navigator.
And connected to family and the world.
Just ask ChatGPT what are the top things to do.
But roaming costs are really expensive, and finding local SIM cards and relying on public Wi-Fi is sketchy. So Saily is a great solution that keeps us connected everywhere we go and is super easy to use. It just takes a few minutes to set up and activate, and with a working phone we can book an Uber, find great restaurants, post on social media, and text our friends. And the best part, you don't have to install a new SIM for each country. Once your Saily eSIM is installed, you can top it up with any data plan. Get an exclusive 15% discount on Saily eSIM data plans. Download the Saily app and use our code Kristina's Travels at the checkout. And so we're in the heart of the Medina, searching for the snake charmers.
Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. I'm just gonna go over here for a second. We're just sort of in the heart of Marrakech. This is a really tourist area where they have all the market.
There are no cars in here, but there is the occasional motorbike and donkey, so it feels like we're stepping back in time as shop owners and couriers cart around goods the old-fashioned way.
You okay? Do you want to come closer this way?
Through these narrow streets. As stray cats duck and weave past our feet.
It is all happening. What's that? There's arts and crafts, jewellery and rugs, pomegranate juice. Taps, John.
What really stood out to us was just how much manual labour goes into making things here. People were spending hours crafting items that would only sell for a few dollars, something we're not really used to back home in Australia, where most things are made by machines or imported.
This is one for the senses.
As we walked past rows of leather goods, bags and belts,
I want to ask if one of them can make another hole in my belt.
we found this man who was happy to help.
Oh, so nice. He just made a hole in my belt for free, and he didn't even want to take my 10 that I was giving, which is $1.50.
That everything here goes on and on.
But of all the hundreds of colourful stalls that we walked by, there was just one that caught our eye.
Pastry balakbia.
We were so tempted to buy something from this man.
What do you recommend if you've not tried this before? What is the most popular? Almond. Almonds? Okay. Baklava, yes. No?
Oh yeah, coconuts.
The hospitality in Morocco has been amazing, and our guard is coming down.
That's good. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Very kind.
What is your name?
This is Haj Belkabir, and his family business has been here for over 60 years.
Yeah, I could look at
The people we've met so far seem friendly, but we're yet to see the market square. That's where we're about to be scanned. But first,
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Shukran.
Shukran. It's like dripping in sugar. Try this one.
Okay.
Almonds.
Sesame seeds.
And this one,
Crunchy fillet pastry.
like a samosa. Coconut.
Coconut. Oh, that's good.
God knows how old these are.
Okay.
Carry on.
I mean, I don't know. I want to try some more. Oh, that's a big bite. Hang on, one more. Go
Oh
try
my
some.
gosh, I've never known you to eat so much. I think this is the famous one, the horn-shaped.
It looks like a dumpling.
You gotta try it first.
Okay.
Marzipan.
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 I don't want to get a headache.
Don't mind if I do.
We've been getting lost exploring the souks on our way to Gemma El Fanar Square. But then we stumble upon this tea house, unrecognisable and completely hidden from the street.
And you wouldn't know it's there. From the outside of the building, other than the signage, it's just a rendered wall.
A lady in dress enticed us to enter and have a look inside, and what turned out to be a tropical, transformed riad. It completely blew us away.
Gosh, this is just a beautiful place. It's away from all the hustle and bustle. Just through here? Okay, thank you so much. So we're inside this beautiful tea house called 1112. And the family who has restored this beautiful property has more than 100 throughout Marrakech and Fez. So that's part of their mission, to preserve the history and the culture of Morocco. We've just ordered some beautiful teas and coffees and a couple of desserts.
Thank you.
This looks so delicious. I'm so excited for this. I got the rose petal tea, a fresh, clean green tea with a rose infusion. It's beautiful. And this dessert here has honey, almonds and cinnamon. And this is what they actually eat during Ramadan to give them energy. So it's packed with goodness. Here, let me tell you, what did you get?
I got what is known as coffee. Tastes like coffee.
The coffee break was needed. You know, walking around this quiet sanctuary made me realise the Medina is pretty intense. The sounds, the souk sellers, all inviting you into their shops. And so after our afternoon snack, and then randomly bumping into the owner while trying to film this shot, he gave us an impromptu tour, and then we were ready to hit the streets once more.
Thank you. See you.
Wow, that was the most amazing experience and tour. And to get that local authentic experience from the owner's son, John. This is what they told us. They explained how a traditional Moroccan house with a central garden or courtyard like this is called a riad. The word riad means garden in Arabic, and you'll find that many of these once family homes have been restored and converted into boutique hotels.
That's cool, huh?
That was so cool. We spent like an hour.
That was a good
with
hour
us.
explaining not just tea, but the whole culture of Morocco.
Culture. Wow, that beats any museum that we've ever been to, any guided tour.
Should we go to the main square?
Yeah, let's do it. The famous main square, Gemma El Fanar, is just a short 10-minute walk away.
So John and I have just made it into the heart.
As soon as we arrive, we see food stalls, juice bars, but we've been warned about this place. You gonna get something? Got to be careful not to film everyone here. Supposedly you get in trouble, they want money. Our YouTube friends Vicky and Adam documented their extortion experience at a henna stand.
Are you hoping this is free?
Just, babe, get your pockets ready.
They took Vicky's hand and started working before negotiating a price, making things awkward later.
How much together?
Just 400. Excuse me. Okay, give me 400 and 300.
The artist wanted $700. That's $70 US. That's equivalent to about a week's wage here. And turns out the Cobra stand had a similar tactic with us.
Vendors are selling juices and we're just trying to find the snake charmer with the cobra. And you can hear that noise, that's them putting the snake into a trance, right? Oh my gosh, they're putting a snake. Oh my gosh, you can see him. Oh wow.
I see the camera on the floor.
This is so crazy.
So let me talk you through what's happening. We're still a distance away, but I've made eye contact and I'm aware that they're busking. And so I take some money out of my bag. I take out a 20, which is about $2. And I clearly have it in my hand so they can see I'm about to put money in their hat or contribute in some way. This is really the only way that I'll be able to film for this video. But it's at this point the bloke takes my phone, while another directs us to come in front of the snakes. He then asks for John's camera and at the same time puts a snake around his neck. It happened all really quickly and it was all a bit awkward, all while I still had my 20 in my hand. Then we were hit in exactly the same way as Vicky and Adam were. Okay, so we've just escaped from the square. We just had the most craziest experience. We were obviously just trying to show you guys the snake charming because it's a real, street performers is a real popular thing in the square. Snake charming in Morocco has a long history dating back centuries. We're talking at least 500 years. We just wanted to get a shot of the snake performers to show you guys. And then they put a snake around me, they took my phone, and then they lured John to come over as well. They took the big camera. So I definitely wasn't wanting to be part of that experience, but it happened really quickly. So I guess if you're interested to see what it looks like, but you don't want to do it, I hope we took one for the team there because we definitely weren't expecting that to unfold. Okay, that was crazy. I had the 20 in my hand just so I could feel what was happening. I had 20 in my hand. He knew that I was only going to pay that. They really pressured us. They wanted 200, but we just told them we didn't have enough to pay them what they wanted. And I guess that was an experience in itself. How I wish we had met Vicky and Adam before this experience, so they could have given us the heads up sooner. You see, we actually meet them in a couple of days' time at a luxury camp in the Sahara Desert. They actually rescued us from our tent.
Hello. Could you help us, please? I think the door's locked.
Speaking of which, all night we've been trying to work out where we're going to stay in the desert sand dunes.
It is an absolute headache. Oh, look at this cat.
Is this going to be a great shot? But we have finally booked something and I'm so excited to show you where we've booked. Before we dive into the adventure, let me quickly show you our Airbnb here in Marrakesh. So we paid $100 for the night. The apartment had a washing machine and the bedroom even had a projector, although we didn't use it because we were so busy booking our luxury Sahara Desert camp.
Look at this.
We've decided to skip booking through an agency and instead we've decided to rent our own car and drive 9 hours towards the desert. We'll leave in the morning and along the way we'll stop at Ait Ben Hardou, which is a preserved fortified village made from clay and the site where tons of huge Hollywood blockbusters have been filmed.
They make it into like a movie set. This is where like The Gladiator, Game of Thrones was filmed.
Then we'll continue east, taking in the real Morocco, the Atlas Mountains and views like this. 600 kilometers or 350 miles later, we'll finally reach the Sahara. We have made it into the Sahara in Morocco, but it has been a mission to get here. And it all starts here in Marrakesh, where John and I are about to head into the wilds of the Moroccan outback, venturing into the unknown, just the two of us. No tour guide, just the open road ahead. Good morning.
Good morning.
Who's ready for a delicious breakfast? Another delicious breakfast. In our last episode, we were in Casablanca for breakfast.
I'm so excited. Sounds like you're very excited.
Casablanca. But with a 9-hour drive ahead today, we're fueling up for a big day ahead. We just have to navigate the menu first.
Can't really understand it.
Most menus
I think it's okay.
Should we go?
Yeah.
Are either in Arabic or French. English comes third.
Thank you so much. This is so beautiful. Look, fresh orange juice. Wow. Omelette, avocado, fruit salad. This one's all 70. Like this is like $10. This is like $6 US for all of this food. You can't even get it in Bali for this price.
Yeah.
So far, the start of our week-long trip in Morocco has been pretty thrilling. Casablanca was an eye-opener, the train ride was an experience, and we're really excited for this road trip to finally begin.
Yeah, it's excellent.
Thank
you very much.
This is the first time that we're going to be driving in Morocco, so it's a whole new experience for us. New road rules, new everything, and it doesn't take long for something memorable to happen. Just a few kilometres out of Marrakech, we had an interaction that will definitely stick with us forever.
So it was a bit of an ordeal getting underway. So we've stopped off at the Moroccan 7-Eleven. There's all these vans on the side of the road on the way out of Marrakech making coffees. So this guy's whipping us up a little coffee for the road.
These little kids brought us stools to sit on.
Oh my gosh, the cutest thing just happened. These little kids came up to us. Oh,
Messi.
oh Messi. They came up to us and we thought they wanted money, but they just came to kiss our hands. And when we did try to give them money, he said no.
So why did they kiss our hands?
That is the most sweetest thing. Like, I'm actually shocked. When children kiss the back of adults' hands, it's a sign of respect.
Yeah,
and that they've been brought up with good manners.
It said that it's rooted in
the Moroccan culture.
Moroccan culture as a sign of respect and hospitality, and to show that the kids have been raised with good values and curiosity.
That just hit me.
I just felt guilty that I just had an assumption that they wanted money.
Same.
But they were just trying to do something nice.
Same.
And it just reminds you to
be open-minded.
Be a little bit open-minded. As easy as it is to kind of push kids away when they come up and ask for money or something. We've had so many experiences overseas with parents sending their kids up to you to ask you for money. So driving a manual while holding coffee is not a good idea.
And so it wasn't long before we were high in the Atlas Mountains. Berbers have lived here for thousands of years, with villages made from mud and stone. And it's like we've travelled back in time.
What was that?
Said I can't tell whether in Nevada or India or Mexico
or Nepal.
These are the scenes and the villages just an hour or two outside of Marrakech.
Wow, this is amazing. So as we're driving through the Atlas Mountains, we're going through town after town, and there are just so many people around, and the communities are thriving.
When you drive through one of these regional towns in the mountains, there are people everywhere, riding bikes, carrying things, going to market, selling things,
and all ages. They're all demographics, children going to school. Along the way as well, there's plenty of people on the sides of the road selling different ornaments and tagines. And
there are a lot of police checkpoints though, and speed traps. And the guy that did the handover for the car told us to use the Waze app. So it'll give you a little heads up where the police are. And so far it's been spot on. It's been really handy.
Yeah.
Not that we're speeding, but they do put out speed signs.
We do eventually get pulled over, but not just once, twice.
Is English okay? So what happened?
Apparently I overtook on a solid line.
But more on that soon. We're now 3 hours outside of Marrakech, and we're arriving to one of the most preserved towns in the entire country. And it looks like a movie set. Turns out Hollywood directors have been scouting this area for years.
So we have just arrived to the town of Ait Ben Hadou. We're just walking up to the highest point, which supposedly has spectacular views. So this is built in the earthen style genre, which is made from mud and straw, and it's one of the most preserved here in Morocco. It was actually declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site back in the 1980s because one of the best in the country. So this is amazing. Wow.
I'd have loved to have come here. Like, it still feels like you're stepping back in time, but I would have loved to have come here 50 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Anyone that spoke English. We're working our way up to the top through these little narrow alleyways with timber, wooden roofs, and it's like almost hollow. Can you hear that?
Oh yeah.
Not really, but it looks nice and cool.
Along the way, I bought a headscarf from this man, and he offered to wrap it around my head in the traditional way.
Oh.
Thank Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
You look much better.
Do I?
Yeah.
We also met a local called Mohammed. We bought a few hand-painted cards from him. Saffron. Thank you so much. Thank you. And he told us a story about his family home. So this was Mohammed's father's place. Just here. They make it into like a movie set. This is where like the Gladiator, Game of Thrones was filmed. In fact, not far from here, we actually drive past some of the biggest studios in the world. Yeah, can you just go around the roundabout once? Oh my gosh, that is the studio.
Atlas Studios.
How big it is.
Wow. I had no idea they filmed so many movies here.
Yeah. We could see hotels and pools in the distance, and we wish that we'd stayed the night. If you stayed the night and you came here first light in the morning, this would be photographer's paradise. I feel like I literally am in Warner Brothers.
Yeah, amazing. And over the other side you can see the Atlas Mountains. Yeah. I just saw as we rounded the corner on the Atlas Mountains, which are the mountains we just drove across from Marrakech, there's a little bit of snow on the peaks. Should we go and have a look?
Yeah. So this path forms part of the former caravan route between the Sahara Desert and Marrakech. So when caravans, and they're not the caravans that you and I know today, the caravans were lines of camels. The locals would take gold, salt from the Sahara across to Marrakech, and this would be one of their
trading
stops and their trading posts. At the very peak, John and I took some photos. They make part of a Morocco travel guide that's on my website. So if you want our full itinerary, it is completely free. The link is below in the comments. And if you're feeling generous, give this video a like or leave a comment. And while you're doing that, we're going to make our way to Tonga Gorge. But before we do, we are literally crossing the river along with the locals on the back of their mules. It is like going back in time. They're just carrying out their daily business amongst all these hundreds of tourists who are visiting. And John just mentioned before, which is mind-boggling, this is a UNESCO site and it's free to visit. Next time we come back, we're definitely spending more than 7 days in Morocco.
Okay, next stop.
We spent way too long there.
Oh my gosh, damn it.
Next time we have to stay here, John. The funniest thing is John keeps saying to me, we have to go, we have to go. And look, the photographer. Is this for real this time? Do you want a drink? So for the next 3 hours, we boosted across the country. The landscapes changed as we travelled along the sealed roads. They were at times windy. Wow, look at this place. The speed limit was constantly changing, which drove us crazy because there were cops everywhere and stopping people constantly at checkpoints. Oh my gosh, John, you look tired.
At the roundabout, take the second exit on N10.
But 200 kilometres or 130 miles later, we reached Tonga Gorge. As we walk through this valley, you can see all the abandoned houses there, the mud houses, and this incredible oasis right here. And it's just everywhere you look is incredible. This town is so quaint. There's only a handful of restaurants and somehow we ended up here. Okay, this is the most random place we've ever eaten dinner. This is Shez's restaurant. And before you judge what I'm about to show you, this is what the place ranks on Google. And this is what his little oasis looks like during the day. Now, unfortunately, we've arrived late and we're the only guests here. So we're invited into the kitchen.
Krista's cooking classes.
Okay. There's really not much open in this place, and even the hotel needed a few hours notice if we were going to eat there, so we feel really lucky to come to Shez's place.
Secret herbs and spices.
We found it on Google and it had full 5-star reviews from other tourists who have really embraced his generosity, his sweet and kind heart, literally opening up his fridge and freezer for us at 8 p.m. at night when there's no electricity in town and offering us a hearty meal. Oh my gosh, look at all the food we have. Tangine, fresh fries cooking, all these chicken skewers are for us, and the most delicious salad.
Amazing salad.
And 2 waters.
Thank you so much. Shukran. That is so fresh and crunchy.
Early in the morning, we woke to birds chirping and a view that looked like a painting.
Look at this beautiful hotel we're staying at. $65 for the night, including the most beautiful breakfast.
Coffee, tea, all condiments. Excuse my fingers. Moroccan pancake. What a spot to have breakfast. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We're staying in the Sephora room, and this was the view. Look at that. What a stunning morning. So beautiful. Our car is just parked down on the street. We have a big day ahead of us. This is day 4. We're going to the Sahara Desert and we're going to be jumping on some camels.
It's a bit of a mission to get out to this luxury camp. So we'll show you where we stay, how much it cost, and if it's worth it. Having reception out here is so important as we're pretty remote now. Literally in the middle of nowhere on a highway. And in our next episode, we're in trouble.
So what happened?
Apparently I overtook on a solid line.
I've left the 15% discount code from Sailey in the description below. For more behind the scenes, join us on Instagram and Patreon. And we'll see you next week for the ultimate desert safari before we head to our next destination.
Wow, that is fresh.
Tokyo, Japan.